Good evening. Ira Epstein with your Metal Market Wrap-Up, and this wrap-up is for Thursday, and we're at the 29th of June, 2023. Time about getting on at 5:40 p.m. I'm a little bit early tonight. Weather in Chicago is absolutely disastrous. Finally, that the smog and the cinders and all that's in the air moving away from what we've been getting from Canada. So I don't want to know where it's going because it's not good wherever it ends up. All right, so today you walk in and you get the jobless numbers first, and instead of them doing what they should have been doing, or the Fed was hoping they would do, which is at least hold steady, if not add some jobless, both in continuing and initial claims, they both gone tumbling down. Then in a number that normally you get your final GDP number from the first quarter, that's how delayed this is. And it shows that first quarter was a son of a gun, takes off. So the markets at first, they had been rallying in all the stock indices, they tumble. And then they grab their footing and they come back at you. You know that you had the bank stress test yesterday, that acted well. So the one index that was weak today was the NASDAQ. It can afford to be. It has been doing really well. The gold got hit, and I question if gold now isn't in the zone where maybe it's bottomed already. It just wouldn't surprise me. I was looking for 1895 to the 1900 zone. You'll see why in a minute when we look at the chart. You were up 46 points in the dollar index, and that should have pressured all the other currencies. And as a group, it most certainly did. I was watching the head man from Goldman this morning, Jeff Curry, come out and talking about crude, and I frankly don't know what he was talking about. Not that I don't admire him. I think he's quite good. But I think he's been wrong for months on end, maybe the better part of a year already. And I think he's still wrong. I don't think he takes into account the production that Russia's been doing, Iran's been doing. He keeps talking about how production's going to fall off. I don't see that in any manner just yet. I'm missing something. And the other part I'm not seeing is I don't see China doing anything to pick up demand. Don't get me wrong. China's still taking in a heck of a lot of oil. Anyone that thinks, oh, they keep hearing China's not got everything firing. Folks, they're pulling in a lot of oil. Not firing for them is not like not firing for us. It's very different. And they are still taking in plenty. But when I read yesterday and I wrote it that some of the areas like India are saying, where are we going to put all this oil? We bought it at these great discounts, but maybe we have too much on hand. There's only so many facilities. The cokers can't burn all that Russian oil the way that it is. It's a heavy sludge type oil, different than what those were built for. So you get to do some blending, but there's problems with it. In any case, this is about metals. And if you and I take a look on a weekly basis, you're not down very much. You're down 0.18%, not even 0.2%. As you look at the market come down, I had that big break, or the market had the big break today and made its run at that 1900 level. And then the market gave us the bounce to the upside off of it. It's not a trend change by any manner. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is I've only been looking for the 1895 level, and where the Bollinger Band comes in, the two numbers are very, very close together. So seeing just how close they are together there, nah. It's all about zones. So if you want to hold on from today's low of, let me go back to it, in fact. I'm going to go back one day. That from the low here of, watch this, of 1900, and you're hoping to get another out of this market, $2. Why? It doesn't make sense to me. So as far as I'm concerned, you're in the zone. The market's hit a bunch of things. If it goes lower, terrific. I think it'll have a lot of support in the end of the day at that 200-day average. And you're not embedded, or are you? So let's take a look. Tonight, both numbers for Friday are under 20. But what about Thursday? Both numbers were under 20. The day before, they're under 20. And the day before. So you have your embedded reading. So now what you're looking at is, does the market give you a pop away from that or stay there? As long as it's embedded on good rallies here, and there's a way to predict what a good rally is. If you take my enhanced Bollinger Band course, It's there. I teach it in there, and I don't guess what it is. It's empirical. It's right there for you. Getting up to that number would be where the pros sell, and they'll bail if you get a reading over 21. When I look at the gold-silver ratio, you can see that the market just sort of hanging here, not doing a lot. And by the way, I hope you like that I got the slow stochastic colors back to the way that I had them. Had to play with this charting software as we've made some migrations in my company. We finally have everything where it's got to be. It took me the better part of a week. Lower highs, lower lows. And by the way, I mentioned this. You do realize if you use TradingView, we have a suite for you that you can get. I'll talk about it at the end of this because a lot of you like to use the outside days. I have my version of slow stochastics, which is definitely different than yours. I had on the past 2 days the other version. It doesn't make sense. Mine makes so much more sense to me. That's the way I'll handle that. As you come to the silver market too is fighting a battle between, and I think you can see it clearly, the light gray number, the 200-day average, down to the Bollinger Band. So we've pushed these metals to the point where I have to say, eventually you've taken out what you think is going to be most of the trade. Why are you hanging around it? In the copper market, finally down to the lower Bollinger Band. I have been adamant in fighting with people that have been telling me how good copper is, and I've been saying it's not good. As long as China's not doing infrastructure and property, substantial money's coming into it for a stimulus, why is that up as much? I didn't even understand the rally there, and I mentioned it. At first it was, somebody was playing games with the LME stocks. Do you remember me telling you that? The warrants for some 62% had been accounted for. And I said, is that a game to drive prices up? Because that's often what it is. I've been around this long enough to know that. That's probably what it was. When I look at the platinum market, just running the lower Bollinger Band, I've been a big bear on it. I won't be bearish after the red line closes over 21. Until that occurs, why not? Everything on this chart is super bearish. Nothing's friendly on it. In the dollar index, okay. So now we've had our pop. It took the joblessness and the GDP to finally get traders to say, hold on. We have a July meeting. Look at this strong data. Unless you get a jobs data report that comes out at the beginning of July, watch out. The Fed's already told you they're looking at interest rates. Since they went on pause, tell me what numbers have come down materially. Let me share this with you. None of them. So are we going to go up again? I'm going to repeat. You have to show me something that's going to hurt this. Yeah, we're going to get tomorrow some more data. None of it to me is earth-shaking data that can come out and change what's been going on. So I put it all together, and as I said, one of the things I like to do is help you with some of your trading suites. And if you work with TradingView, well, we've got it. We create what's called a suite. You go to our website, and under resources, client resources, you go in there and you will see the TradingView. Go where it says download charting, and you sign up there. Once you sign up with us, we go into TradingView and turn on the suite view. It only takes up 2 slots. If you're using that, you know exactly what I'm saying. So you got all your slots basically still open, and away you go. How do you get there? Go to iraepstein.com. I told you can do that. You can also come up here, give a click on that, and it'll take you there. And it's the simplest thing you can do. People that like it, we have quite a few people signing up for it. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.